When money dies, someone gets rich. When a currency collapses, most people lose everything. But someone always gets richer. And it's not who you think. Because a currency collapse doesn't erase wealth evenly. It doesn't hit everyone the same. It's like a storm that destroys weak houses but strengthens the people who built shelters in advance. And in the middle of the chaos, while most people are panicking, a small group is quietly buying assets, collecting power, and locking in deals that create generational wealth. Today, I'm going to show you who really wins when currencies collapse, how they win, and what you can do to avoid being on the losing side if money ever starts breaking where you live. Stay until the end, because the final winner is the most dangerous one, and once you understand it, you'll never look at money the same way again. Let's start with what a currency collapse actually means. In simple words, it means your money loses trust. It loses purchasing power fast. Prices rise faster than your income. Savings become weaker every week. And people stop believing the currency will hold value tomorrow. That's when you see the scary behaviors. People rushing to stores, empty shelves, businesses refusing cash, and everyone trying to trade their currency for something real. Not because they're greedy, but because they're trying to survive. Now, here's the first group that wins. People who own hard assets before the collapse starts. Hard assets are things that keep value when paper money fails. Real estate, land, gold, silver, valuable goods, even strong businesses. When a currency collapses, the price of hard assets usually shoots up in that currency. Not always because the asset became more valuable, but because the currency became weaker. So if you already owned assets, you don't feel the collapse the same way. You might still suffer, but you're not empty-handed. Your wealth has a shield. Now, the second group that wins, people who hold stronger currencies. During collapses, people try to escape the weak money and move into stronger money. In many cases, that means the US dollar. That SYUL, often hear the dollar being called the world's safe currency. So people who already have dollars or access to global banking get stronger purchasing power. They can buy more while everyone else is watching prices explode. It's like having a lifeboat while others are swimming in panic. When your money is dying, a stable currency feels like oxygen. The third group that wins. Exporters and businesses that earn in foreign currency. Imagine you run a company that sells something to other countries. You get paid in dollars, euros, or another strong currency, but your costs are in the weak local currency. When the local currency collapses, your foreign earnings become huge in comparison. That means some businesses can grow richer even while the country suffers. It sounds unfair, but it's real. They are earning outside the broken system while everyone else is stuck inside it. Now, for the fourth group that wins, and this one is shocking. Debtors who owe money in the collapsing currency. When a currency collapses, it becomes easier to pay back debt if that debt is fixed in the local currency. Why? Because the currency becomes worth less. So paying back the same loan can become cheaper in real value. It's like owing someone $1,000, but tomorrow that 1,000 buys half as much, so your debt feels smaller. This is why some people and even governments love inflation and currency weakness. It destroys the value of what they owe, and the people lending that money get crushed. And the fifth group that wins: insiders and politically connected people. This is where it gets darker. During a currency collapse, the rules change quickly. Capital controls, limits on withdrawals, special exchange rates, emergency laws. The people with the best connections often get access to better deals. They can move money out early. They can convert at better rates. They can buy assets before the public can react. While regular people are standing in lines, insiders are already positioned. This is why collapses don't just create poverty. They create anger, because people see the unfairness so clearly. So why do currencies collapse in the first place? Usually, it's not one bad day. It's years of weak decisions, overspending, high debt, printing too much money, losing trust in leadership, a shrinking economy, corruption, and then one spark: a war, a crisis, sanctions, or a bank panic pushes it over the edge. So currency collapse is often a slow sickness, followed by a fast crash. This leads us to the sixth group that wins: people with cash when everyone else is forced to sell. During a collapse, regular people sell assets to survive. They sell land, they sell jewelry, they sell businesses, they sell anything they can, and they sell cheap, because desperation destroys bargaining power. This is when opportunists step in. They buy assets at deep discounts. They collect property. They collect businesses. They collect long-term wealth. This is why collapse transfers wealth. The prepared buy from the desperate. And the desperate don't even want to sell. They're forced to. Collapses don't just destroy money. They create clearance sales on people's lives. Next, the seventh group that wins: people who control essential goods: food, water, energy, medicine, transport. During a currency collapse, money is unstable, but necessities are priceless. Businesses and individuals who control essentials can demand stronger currencies, demand barter, or demand higher pricing. And because people need those things to live, they will pay. That's how some people gain massive power during chaos. Not because they're smarter, but because they control what people can't live without. Now, for the final winner, the most dangerous one: the people who rebuild the money system after the collapse. Because after trust is destroyed, people will accept almost anything that feels stable: a new currency, a new banking rule, a new digital system, a new set of controls. And the people who design that new system gain the most power. They decide the rules. They decide who gets access. They decide what the new money is worth. So the biggest winner isn't always the investor. It's the architect, the person who controls the next version of money. So let's make this practical. How do you protect yourself? First, don't keep all your savings in one form. Diversify. Second, reduce toxic debt because chaos and debt don't mix. Third, build valuable skills because skills can travel with you. Fourth, own real assets when possible, even small ones. Fifth, keep some emergency cash because access matters in a panic. And sixth, stay calm and alert because panic makes people sell low and accept bad deals. Here's the real lesson. When currencies collapse, most people lose because they waited too long to prepare. They trusted the system until the system broke. But the winners, the people who get richer, are the ones who see money as trust, not paper. They prepare early. They move quietly. They protect their buying power. And they position themselves in assets, skills, and stability. So remember this: when money dies, it doesn't end the world, it resets the rules. And resets are brutal for the unprepared, but powerful for the calm and ready. If you want more money truth, financial history, and wealth lessons in simple language, subscribe to Cashfree World and hit like so YouTube pushes this to more people who need it. And comment below. If a currency started collapsing tomorrow, what would you protect first? Cash, food, or assets?